Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with the review of the Attop YD-829 Skydreamer Plus. This one is an interesting little quad. First, originally I bought it because of the green, as you know me and my green, and I just thought it looked really cool. But once I got it is when all the surprises began, and I really like this thing. First of all, the size really surprised me. I thought this was going to be just a standard mini, like the Cyma X5 and all that, but it's a little bit smaller. So I'll try to compare it here. A little bit hard to get them both in picture, but I mean, you'll see motor to motor, quite a bit of difference there. So I mean, this is like with the prop guards, it's about the same size as the X5C. So it's a small, like, I don't know, it's not quite micro small, but it's definitely not a mini either. It's this weird little size, so pretty cool on the size. And then this thing just flies really, really nice. Like, I just was not expecting it at all, and I just am having a lot of fun with this little thing. Just really neat little quad, and the three blade props look cool. The design is just nice. There is a camera version now, so you can get a little camera for it if you wanted. I did try carrying the Mobius with this, and it did it for like maybe 2 minutes decently, but after that it had a lot of problems, so I'm definitely not going to put a big camera on this, but I mean, as it is, just flying this around the house has been just a lot of fun, and the prop guards work decently, and there is a screw on them, so I mean you could remove the prop guards. However, I've just left them on because it flies great with them on, and it makes you confident to just kind of bounce it around the house and not have to worry about hurting anything. The transmitter's pretty decent as well. It's your hobby grade style with sticks, so works nice and well there. You've got 3 different speeds on the left shoulder button here, and the yaw rate changes, and it's a fast yaw rate, so I mean, you can do funnels with this thing and go crazy. Just a lot of fun to fly. It has a headless mode by pressing the right bumper there, and it works decent. Me and headless, not a huge fan of it. It flips by clicking the right stick and then moving it in whatever direction you want. It does a lot of its own throttle before and after the flip, so be prepared for that. It will give itself some throttle before flipping. It does have LEDs in the arms. It's red in the front and green in the back, so again, kind of backwards as far as my preference goes. I think red in the front is kind of odd, but whatever. The battery kind of goes in just like the X5C, where you have to kind of slide this forward and pivot it out. And then there's, you've got to plug it in and everything. There's no on-off switch. So that's really my only complaint is not having an on-off switch. So you got to kind of plug your battery in and set it level and bind it up. And then you can mess with getting everything closed up and whatnot. Here's the battery. It is a 380 milliamp hours. It's a little hard to read. It kind of looks like 300, but it is 380. Here we've got a USB charging cable and 2 white spare props. There are no green with the the white in it. No spare props for those. So I thought that was kind of weird. Though it's probably pretty unlikely that you'll break a prop, especially if you leave the prop guards on. But it comes with a spare screwdriver, and to me, I think it's time you guys can stop including these screwdrivers. How about give me a full set of props? Give me 2 more props instead of a screwdriver. I don't know about you guys, but I think I must have 50 or 60 of these things at this point. I don't really understand why they include screwdrivers with all of these RTF kits. Give me the props instead. So yeah, I thought that was a little weird, so I guess that's the second negative I've got to say about this one. You can recalibrate the accelerometer by holding the left stick down left and the right stick down right, and that will recalibrate your accelerometer. And I found it to be really nice and stable and smooth. You get about 6.5 minute flights with the prop guards on. I haven't even tried removing them. But I'd imagine you get 7, maybe up to 7.5 minute flights without the prop guards. And there is a 30-second LVC warning, so you got a decent warning to land it before the battery dies. And that looks like that's about all I've got to say about it. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and fly this around the kitchen just because, you know, it is so flyable in small areas. And, you know, it's big enough, though, to fly outdoors as well. But I think if I flew it around the kitchen, that would do a little bit more to kind of show off just how agile this thing is. And then we can turn off the lights and look at the LEDs and all that kind of stuff. So let's go check it out. Alright, this is the flight review of the Attop YD-829 Skydreamer Plus. This is a pretty cool quad. I got the three blade props on it, and then kind of this unique size. A little bit smaller than your standard mini quad, but obviously bigger than a micro. Start out on low rates. This thing is really surprisingly impressive. I like this a lot. So the yaw does change, medium, high rates. So pretty good yaw there, you get some funnels going. Not bad, not bad. So now I've got headless mode going, so you can just spin around and fly around in the same direction. Looks like headless has already lost its orientation though. Turn that back off. Do some flips. Lots of throttle on its own after a flip. There we go. Let's do some prop guard tests. Not bad. Didn't like the diagonal one. Let's go back to regular flying. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This thing sure does fly nice. Well, that was kind of a weird flip. Land it for a second. It's kind of looks like the accelerometer got a little bit confused. Let it think for a second. A little bit of trim. Trying to get it. That's pretty good. What? Yeah, flips aren't great. Not too bad. Let's look at some LEDs in the dark here. Not bad. Red in the front, which I'm not a huge fan of. Particularly weird because the green props are in front, but the green LEDs are in the back. I'd say this is a night flyer though, especially with the lights shining through the body and down on the legs like that. You can see all directions nice and clearly. Alright, let's turn some lights back on. Do a little bit more flying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 This thing is cool. It's nimble and maneuverable enough to fly indoors, no problem. But then, you know, big enough to fly outdoors as well if you wanted to. Alright, I think that was a good demo. Take her in for landing. Oh, a little bouncy. We'll call that good. Alright, well that's the Attop Skydreamer Plus. Pretty unique quad. And there is a camera version available too if you wanted to put a camera on it for whatever reason. So yeah, check the video description for a price and purchase link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.